Welcome to Luann's Kitchen. So, I am going to I'm late, but that's okay because I'm just pretty wide awake here. So, I am going to make some pumpkin cake. Yay! Now, my Wi-Fi, which has not been working well, making fuzzy videos and hopefully I think it's been fixed because it needed to be reset because it wasn't even hooking to my Wi-Fi. It was hooking to the hotspot outside. So I do believe my Wi-Fi is now fixed and that my video should not jump so bad in here. Hi, Karen. Hello, hello, hello. So I think my video should work better in the kitchen. Hopefully it won't be jumping and fuzzy, and because my Wi-Fi apparently had to reset it. So I'm going to make pumpkin cake. And I just spent 10 or 15 minutes with almost climbing into my cabinet looking for a certain pan. I couldn't find the other pan. And I almost had to climb in to find the pan. I had to get the flashlight because it's way back in the dark. I found it though. Found the other pan I wanted. Because I'm actually going to put this into, it looks as clean as anything. Oh, good. So I'm so glad to hear that. I'm going to split this cake into 2 pans instead of 1. So I'm going to put 1 in the freezer for next week, and then 1 my mom and dad and I will eat tomorrow. So normally you can make this into 1 big cake, 9 by 13 pan, but I'm going to use 8 by 8. Those are inches, 8 by 8 pan. So basically I'm using a square, there you go, a square baking pan. Or you can use the oblong baking pan. But here's our dish. This is so easy to make. So I got this recipe for this pumpkin cake when I was first married, which would have been 1985. One of my gifts was a toaster oven. And the toaster oven came with a recipe book. And in that recipe book was this pumpkin cake. And it is so good. So I don't have that toaster oven anymore because it died long ago. But I still have this recipe. So we are going to take 4 eggs. Let me get a little cup to break the eggs in. And we are going to do that. 4 eggs into the bowl. Let me get a paper towel here. Eggs always make such a mess. Whoops, I dropped a piece of that shell. Let me get that out. Oops, it doesn't want to let go. Do ya? It's like really stuck on there. Hello, come on, Mr. Shell. You need to go. It really doesn't want me to grab it. Well, I may be here a while. Nope, I'm just not getting it. Oh, almost. Wait, nope. It's so funny, I think I have it and I don't. It is stuck. Oh, I got it this time. Okay, that was fun. All right, so there's 1. You got married in 1985 too. Oh, how about that? Okay, so here is number 2. Mine only lasted to 2013. Well, it was 28 years. If it had been up to me, it wouldn't have ended, but it was not up to me. Apparently. So there is number 3. Egg. I do believe God had to deliver me out of a bad situation. I wish the situation could have fixed, but it's up to people, and sometimes people won't do what they're supposed to do. And when they won't, they won't. Can't make them. Alright, so let me get rid of my bowl, let me get rid of my eggshells, and then we're going to look at my eggs here. Hello, Miss Queenie. There's my Miss Queenie. What are you doing, Miss Queenie? You want to say hi to the people, Miss Queenie? Here's Miss Queenie. Say hi, Miss Queenie. Oh, and look who else is here. It's Miss Godiva. Hello, Godiva. She's going to meow because she wants a snack because I'm in the kitchen. Hi, Godiva. Hey, Queenie. What y'all doing, huh? Y'all prowlers. What you prowlers doing, huh? Oh, it was only 6 months he started to abuse you. Oh my goodness. Oh, he cut you while you were pregnant? Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm glad you left that. You know, so many people. Good morning, and the kitties. Yeah, they're prowling because I'm in the kitchen. They're prowling. So, it's a good thing that you did. So many people are in an abusive situation and they don't leave. I was never in a physically abusive situation, so I didn't have anything like that, but from what I understand, somebody who is always constantly cheating on you is actually a form of emotional abuse. So I guess it was still not a good situation. Okay, so I just didn't know for so many, many years. Now, after we're gonna beat our eggs, so let's pull this up. This is pumpkin cake we're making. Pumpkin cake. Good afternoon, good morning, whichever it is for you. Yes. Good evening. It squeaks till I get this one. So that's 4 eggs. And then we're going to add in a cup of oil. So let's measure our cup of oil. There's my measuring cup. And this is just canola oil. You can use vegetable oil, whatever kind of oil you want to use to make a cake. It just says oil, so do what you want to do. Then we're going to pour our oil in there. And then we're going to mix that slow so we don't make a big mess. Then we're going to add some sugar. Just letting that drip. I'm going to add 2 cups of sugar. Hello, Miss Gwenny. She's back again. What you doing, girl? She's sitting like, wait. They don't like the sound of this, so they're kind of hiding, but they want to know what I'm doing too. So they're hiding but watching, which just cracks me up that they can't stand to not know what I'm doing, and so they risk death, they think, to come see what this noise is. So we're going to have 2 cups of sugar. They don't like the noise, but they just can't. What is she doing? They just can't stand it. Hi, Godiva. Y'all taking turns in case one of you dies, huh? You taking turns? What you doing, Miss Godiva? Huh? Hi. Yeah, I'm not having anything that you can eat right now, girl. It's almost their feeding time again. That's why they're prowling. They know. They can tell time better than anything I've ever seen. They know when it's time. It's like, it's feeding time. They just know. If I ever wonder what time it is, all I got to do is see what are the cats doing. They know what time it is. This sugar is really lumpy. Because when I bought this sugar, it was pouring down rain. And I couldn't get it in the car without it getting wet. And so it got a little damp. So it's got a lumps in it now. Nothing I could do about it. Because it was pouring rain. But it'll dissolve. So we'll mix that around. But I've never had sugar quite this lumpy before. Right, mix that up. So I decided to go ahead and make the cake first, and then we'll do makeup. That way the cake can be baking while we do makeup. Okay, let me see, make sure there's no lumps of sugar in here. I don't think so. Okay, so there we have that. Then it says, what are we going to add? We're going to add pumpkin and vanilla. So you're going to add a can of pumpkin. Here, if you have never seen a can of pumpkin, or 10, as you may say, here is the pumpkin. Ooh, look. Something you have never seen. Well, you've never seen where you're at. Okay, so let me open that up. Looking for my little scraper here. Hold on. There we go. So here we have pumpkin in a can. It's pureed pumpkin. So then all we're going to do, they run their life by their tummy. Yeah, don't they know? It's feeding time once they get hungry. It's the truth. And once they say, it is time, I've decided it's time. So I'm going to, let's move this back a little. There we go. We're going to put all this whole can of pumpkin in here. It smells so good. So I think if you eat it, I've never like eaten pumpkin like this out of the can. I've just always made dessert with it. But I suppose it would just taste like regular pumpkin. It's not sweet in the can. It's just pumpkin. Pureed. You just put it all in there. But this makes it so moist. And tastes just like fall or autumn. Which it is here now. Well, the weather doesn't know it, but the calendar does. The weather doesn't usually know it that it's fall here. I'm just used to it, I guess. What most people consider to be fall weather or autumn weather is what we call winter. That's our version of winter. It's a little cooler. That's winter. You saw them when you were in States. Oh yeah, you would. You would still add freshly cooked. Yeah, you could definitely do this with freshly cooked pumpkin. I just don't know. You would have to like look that up. Find out. I guess it would be the same amount as what goes in that can. Okay, so then we have that. So let's mix that up. But if you're used to cooking pumpkin and doing stuff with it, yeah, I would do that. Set around. We have orange cake. Okay, so now we're going to add some vanilla. And vanilla is a teaspoon of vanilla. I always use real vanilla, artificial. I don't like artificial vanilla because it's bitter. I like real vanilla. So a teaspoon of vanilla. Vanilla is the kind of thing that if you accidentally get too much, it's even better. Vanilla is so good. Mix that around. Oh, I'm laughing at my cat. That was weird. She's sitting back here with her ears back, listening to this, like hunched back over here. Godiva, what you doing? I don't know if you can see her ears. No, she's too dark. But she's got her ears flattened back. But see how she's kind of up on her haunches a little bit? Like, I might need to run. Godiva. Meow. You say hi? Meow. She goes, no, you don't have any cat snacks. Just boil the pumpkin and mash it. Well, hi, Gwynnie. There's Miss Guinevere. Oh, what are you looking for? She goes, I'm hunting for a snack. There's nothing there. Oh, look, they can't stand it when they think the other one has something. Can ya? Huh? You thought she had something. Yeah, she didn't. They're so funny. They're always entertaining. Always. Like, oh, what did she have? What did she have? No, she didn't have nothing. Hi, Karen. How are you doing? Boil the pumpkin and mash it. That sounds easy. Yep. Sounds just like any kind of squash, doesn't it? Okay, so I have that. Now we are going to add, you're going to blend in the dry ingredients, which is 2 cups of flour. This is just regular plain flour. Or what do you call regular flour? It's not self-rising flour. We just call it plain flour. I'm doing pretty well. You're doing okay? Oh, that's good. I'm making pumpkin cake. Usually, we just call it flour, unless it's actually self-rising flour. Then you say self-rising flour. Okay, 2 cups of flour. Now, here's my little trick for flour. I don't like to sift flour. I saw this somewhere. It's the neatest trick. Okay, so basically flour. Now, I think the idea of people who actually weigh their flour, they say it's more accurate, but we just don't do that here. So you don't want flour that's packed because it'll be more flour in there. So once it's gotten packed down, that you're going to have too much flour. So you need it to be lightened. So if you take a whisk, instead of like, you don't have to sift it. Just stir it with a whisk and it will unpack it. And then you have it all kind of like loosened up. And then it will measure. Ta-da! There you go. so then it won't be too much. So then I'm going to take this 2-cup measure and kind of put it in till we get 2 cups. I did read, like, people in England, and maybe you do that too, where you actually weigh your flour. You weigh it. I've heard that's much more accurate, but our recipes don't tell us how. I mean, I could look it up, but our recipes don't tell us. We just don't do that. But it still works. So I'm just leveling it off with a knife. There we go, 2 cups of flour. Let me turn this back around here, because I ask questions and I'm not looking. You got your second shingles vaccine. Oh, good. You love the hungry kitties. I know. You got 2 here too. Plain flour or just flour. So yeah, you're pretty much doing this. You call it the same thing. Some way or cups. Okay. Both ways. So yeah, because I would just have to look it up every time if I was going to. And then you have to get out the thing to weigh it. And, you know, I've been baking like this forever. So yeah, it's good enough. It works. So there's 2 cups of flour. Then we're going to have 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. I love cinnamon. Let me get that. 2 teaspoons. This is actually a 2 teaspoon measure spoon. I love the smell of cinnamon. All right, there's 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. Okay, where are we at here? 1 teaspoon of baking soda and a teaspoon of salt, and that's it. Okay, baking soda, 1 teaspoon. Let me find my 1 teaspoon here. See if I got it dry enough. Okay, 1 teaspoon baking soda. Cinnamon goes so well. Yeah, it does. It really does. And with fall. So there's my teaspoon of baking soda, teaspoon of salt. Well, I'm glad you got your second one, Karen. Were you on the night I was talking about the shingles vaccine total mess up they did on me? Where the doctor said, you should go get your shingles vaccine. This was a couple years, it was right before COVID. You should go get your shingles vaccine. I said, I already got the shingles vaccine. And he said, oh, but there's a new one now. It's much better. And I said, oh, how many times is that going to happen? I'm like, well, all right. So I went to the drugstore. I said, well, oh, give it to me now. Give it to me now. I'm here. Oh, we don't have it. Because it was new. It was new. They couldn't get it. And they're like, you're going to have to wait till they get it. Like, the drugstores will most likely get it. And so, I never could find anybody that had it. And one day, they came to work. I think they set up a thing for people to get the flu shot. And so while they were there, set up, you know, anybody who wanted the flu shot could go get the flu shot. So while they were there, I said, y'all have the shingles shot? And they're like, no. Do you know anybody has the shingles shot? They said, no. It had been months. And they said, well, we can put you on a list. We'll call you when we get it. And I'm like, okay, do that. So they put my name down. You went to Walmart. Yeah, that works too. I was at Walgreens. No, that one was CVS. That one I did CVS. So I waited and I waited, and more months went by. More months. And I thought, you know what? I don't think they put my name in the system. I don't think they're going to do it. Finally, and I thought, well, I guess I'll start checking again. But about that time, they sent me an email and said, you are on our list for the shingles vaccine, and we have it in stock, and you have like a week to come get it or something like that. I'm like, oh, are you kidding? They actually have it. So I went by, I drive right by there, coming home from work. So one day after work, I went by. I said, I'm here for my shingles vaccine. They said, okay. They gave me the shingles vaccine. They said, thank you very much. I said, thank you, goodbye. And I'm like, okay. And then, I don't know, months later, I went back to the doctor for a checkup or something. And I said, oh, put in my record I got the shingles vaccine. He goes, okay, when did you get the second one? I said, well, that was the second one. You told me, you know, there was the original one was, they decided it wasn't any good. So, you know, I went and got the new one. He goes, no, you need a second one of the new one. I'm like, what? He goes, yeah, the new one is a 2-shot thing. I'm like, what? That there weren't any other vaccines that were 2. You're going to book a single shot when Tuesday when the doctor calls. Well, I hope it'll help now, because I know you sure don't want that again, do you? Oh, my goodness. And I'm like, what do you mean there's 2? He said, didn't they tell you there were 2? That you had to come back and get the second one? I'm like, no. They just said, like, thank you very much, goodbye. They didn't tell me there was a second one. And come to think of it, you didn't tell me there was a second one either. How come you didn't tell me there was a second one? Well, we thought they would tell you. Well, they didn't tell me. So when months and months and months had gone by, I didn't know there was a second one. So I never went for the second one. So I asked the doctor, well, can I go now for the second one? He goes, oh, well, I don't know. You'll have to ask them. Oh, are you kidding? 12 months, but you can't do this anymore? Oh, it's 5 years. Can at least get, it's at least 6 times a year. They say you have to wait 12 months from the time you had it, but you keep getting it? You want pumpkin pie? Yep. Kaz and I should get together in Australia and open a pie cafe. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you could make like all kinds of American pies. Nobody would know what they were. Especially southern pies, like chess pie. And I was just watching somebody on TikTok today saying they're like old recipes, like from the Depression era. There's one called water pie. There's one called vinegar pie. And I'm like, no, some of that, I've not even had that. And they were like, it's good. And I'm like, okay. Okay. But you could have all kind of crazy. You could have tomato pie. Although tomato pie is not sweet. Tomato pie is like a tart. It's like a lunch thing. It's the American Pie Cafe on TV. And I'm like, oh, I'll bet you do. Yeah, you would like, if you like custardy, pumpkin-y type pies, you would like pumpkin pie. Okay, so this is going to bake 45 to 55 minutes at 350. That's, you know, American 350. I don't know what that is for you. It is a medium oven that you usually bake at. So I'm going to spray my 2 pans here. So normally you would put this in one pan and just bake the one sheet cake pan, but because I'm going to freeze half of it, I'm going to take half of it this week for my parents and then the other half next week. Because, you know, if I keep all of it, I'm going to eat it, and I can't do that after tomorrow. I'm not going to just eat it, so I'm going to have it in my freezer. Because, no, I will not go to the trouble to thaw it. So I will have half of it this Sunday and half of it the next Sunday. Then I don't have to bake a pie I don't have to bake something next Sunday. So there we go. 2 sprayed pans, and then I'm going to take this off my thing here, and we're going to put them in these pans. And this may not take as long as a double pan. I've never baked it in 2 small pans before. So it says it takes 45 to 55 minutes, so that's kind of a big difference. So I'm not sure what it's going to do. Just basically, it's, you know, till it tests done. And then this frosting that goes on this is a cream cheese frosting. It has 3 ounces of cream cheese, a stick of butter, and 2 cups of powdered sugar. And, oh, it might have vanilla too. I think it does. And that's the frosting. But, of course, the cake has to be really cool. Because if you put cream cheese frosting on a warm cake, it would just melt all over the place. So this will have to cool for quite some time. You could probably eat this cake without frosting. It would be that good. Eat it. You could make this into muffins. Which would be like cupcakes with no frosting. Now, let me see. If you are really, I'm dropping everything over here. If you really want, sorry, just threw you across the room. Sorry. Okay, I'm looking for something over here, and then I keep crashing things into things I don't want to happen. There's what I'm looking for. Okay, if you want to do it evenly, which you don't have to. But if you ever want to make your cake layers even, get an ice cream scoop and it'll be pretty even. But this way they'll bake more evenly. I like to use the small ones of these to make cookies with too. Let me see what we're doing over here. Ooh, y'all talking up a storm. But, oh, I didn't finish my shingles shot. Where are we at here? Well, I hope you can get it, the shot. Okay, I read that. Where are we at here? Ooh, I'm way up too high. You went to bed at 12:30 a.m. and you woke up at 12:30 p.m. Okay. Oh, you didn't feel good. You're so tired. Oh, it's on your spine and neck. It's got to be draining you terribly. Oh, you're having what? Macadamia cookies and coffee. Is that your last supper? Pumpkin pie is... Oh, yeah, yes, I saw that. Now, see, I didn't see the macadamia thing. That's weird. Why are you not showing me that? Oh, here it is. As your last sweet. Yeah, now see, I don't quit eating sweets completely when I'm on a diet, or I will lose my mind and go eat them all. So I just have to, like, start measuring and eating little amounts. And then I save it for the end of the day, because I can convince myself to just wait. Ooh, I really want that cookie. Okay, well, I'll just wait. I can wait till later. And then I promise myself I can have it at night, and I just save enough calories to have it at night. But if I eat it too early, then I want another one at night. So I can convince myself that I just have to wait and I have it later. And that works pretty well for me. Because I'm not telling myself I can't have it. I'm just telling myself I have to wait. I just got to wait a little bit. And if I'm really good today, then I can have that, whatever, tonight. And then by the time I have done all that work, I love banana cream pie. Oh, yeah, that's probably my favorite pie. You have to, you can't control yourself. Yeah, well, you just have to do what works for you. You have to do what works for you. Yeah, I know some people like that. They have to cut it completely out or they'll just eat it all. And I've done that, but then what happens is I will just, like, I can't stand it that I haven't had it. This is what happened to me one time. This was years and years and years ago. It's when I used to work at a different place, and I was eating a donut every day at break time. Every day I was having a donut. It was a chocolate-covered donut. And I decided, you know, I know I don't need to keep eating those donuts. You know, there's too many calories. I was wanting to lose some weight. I'm going to quit eating the donuts. And they came in like a package of 8 donuts or something. It's those chocolate-covered Entenmann's donuts. They're so good. That chocolate is so good. So I said, I'm going to quit eating them. And I'm going to eat something like a banana or an apple or something. You know, I'm not going to eat that for my break time anymore. And I'm not going to eat it at all. Just no more. And one day, I got to missing it so bad, I ate like 6. And I thought, well, I just made up for all the time, didn't I? I didn't have one for 6 days, and I made up for it all in one day. So I'm like, that didn't work too well for me. I go crazy and want the whole box. So I do better if I tell myself, I just can't have it till later. You'll eat 12 boxes of Krispy. Oh, don't tell me about the Krispy Kreme. You have Krispy Kreme in Australia. Oh, yeah, then you'd feel sick. Now, you watch. I'll go to work Monday, and they'll bring some Krispy Kreme there or something once I've said this is, you know, I'm dieting. Oh, I'm going to have to hurt somebody if they do that because I love Krispy Kreme. Yeah, it is yummy. The Last Supper. Yeah, I heard somebody say that one time. 160 to 180 is your normal temp. Okay. Oh, you know how to make that one too. Yeah, that's good. I went way up too high. Oh, come live. Yeah, maybe you'll come live with me. Or you'll come live with her. I don't know who you were talking to. And open a cafe. I missed that comment before. I keep trying to pick up where I left off and it keeps jumping. This scrolling with the comments things, they've got to fix that. Yeah, diet tomorrow. Well, it's not tomorrow for me. It's not tomorrow yet. Daniel's donuts are better. I've never heard of that. We must not have that here. So I look at them, and it's extremely hard that I don't buy. Yep. Yeah, a box of 12 and you want to eat them all. I know. Yeah, those things, they melt in your mouth. Okay, so I'm going to put this. Me, Jacob, and the cats will come live with me and the cats, and we open a pie shop. I think that sounds good. But we can do pies and cakes. Yeah, I have never heard of them. Is that a chain of donuts? Or is that an individual shop? You know how to make... I think I read that. You know how to make banana cream as well as pumpkin. Well, you're just half American. So let me put this over here in the oven. And then I'm going to turn this video off. And I got to put the cats up because they're hungry. So in about 5 minutes, then we'll do makeup real quick. We'll do some fun makeup. So I'm going to put both these in here. Woo, it's hot in there. Hot. I'm going to set this for 45 minutes. And then we'll check it. Well, let me give the cats their food. They're actually not even here right now. Let me give the cats their food, and then I shall return. I'm hungry now. I know. See you soon. Pies, cakes, coffee, and teas. Oh, yeah, that would be so nice, wouldn't it? They're all over Victoria. Okay. You have 3 around. Is that Geelong? I'm sorry if I don't say it right. I try to say it right. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and go. I will see you, like I say, 5-10 minutes. Give me about 10 minutes. You have friends all over the States. Oh, good. And since your ex-husband's death, they have been telling me to move to the States. Oh, so you just have to... Geelong. Geelong. Okay. So do you just have to pick where? You just have to pick where. You probably have lots of choices. When you come down, we will go there. Oh, yeah, you'll have to, like, do a review or something. Put pictures up. That pictures aren't fattening. Okay, so I'll see you in a few minutes. Bye.